Alright, so Jack Doherty just got sued for assault and battery. And this is all because of a situation that unfolded in a Halloween party last year. And basically what happened was that Jack Doherty was in this really intense argument with this other, I believe, influencer, and that person ended up getting punched in the face by Jack Doherty's bodyguard. And then because of that, this guy got knocked to the ground, and it was like this really, really serious punch. And so you can check this out.
Hey, don't touch me. Don't touch me.
I'm just saying, walk.
You're
Chill. You all said walk.
Who are you talking to,
dog? I'm just saying, y'all say just walk. Then walk.
Who the fuck you talking to?
Oh, no, yo, stop.
What is wrong with you? Are you fucking crazy?
Hey, what's up? Hey, one by one, what's up?
Fucking security guard are you?
Fuck you, bitch. Walk.
Dude, what's wrong
Fuck
with
you,
you?
bitch. Get the fuck out my face.
So yeah, as you just saw, that was a pretty insane punch. Now, of course, I couldn't show you the actual impact because of how the YouTube rules work, but you heard it, it was pretty insane. And if you want to actually see the full thing, then you can check that out online. But yeah, man, it was pretty crazy. Jack Doherty, I mean, he's been known for a while now for being this guy who just goes around annoying people, and then when a situation like this erupts, he then gets his bodyguard to kind of act as the shield. But that bodyguard is pretty aggressive. He didn't need to punch that guy, and he still did, and that was pretty crazy. And you even saw how it was such a crazy punch that he fell to the ground. If that had been strong enough or at the right angle, it could have legitimately killed that guy. Now, for the details about all this, we're going to be taking a look at this TMZ article, which is titled, "YouTuber Jack Doherty Sued. We're Not Paying for Halloween KO. Wrong Insurance Bud." And basically in this article, what they tell us is that Jack Doherty is being sued by that guy who got punched. And the thing is that Jack Doherty is trying to get his insurance company, State Farm, to pay for those charges and all the money that costs. But the thing here is that State Farm isn't willing to pay because they're saying that this is not something that they cover. And if we take a look at this article specifically, here's what it says. Thing is, State Farm says Jack is not actually covered here because not only does the policy not cover willful acts that cause bodily harm, he also posted a video of the fight on his social media pages and is using the footage as part of his business, which is also not covered under the policy. Now, in case you don't know, State Farm is this massive insurance company in the United States, and Jack Doherty was obviously using their insurance. And so because of that, he's trying to make the argument that this insane situation that unfolded is something that they have to pay for, which makes no sense whatsoever. And you might be wondering, like, wait a second, how does this have anything to do with that kind of insurance? And in the article, it actually gives us the details about this. And the thing is that he was trying to use his renter's insurance policy to enforce all this, right? So here's this paragraph about that. So it says, in new legal docs obtained by TMZ, State Farm says Jack is trying to use his renter's insurance policy to force the company to defend him in the litigation and possibly cough up any damages that may be owed. Now, because of that whole renter's agreement thing, I believe that party was being hosted on a property that Jack Doherty was renting, because obviously that's the only way that he could even think that they would pay it, right? I mean, it wouldn't make any sense otherwise. Now, before I continue, I just want to say that I'm giving out shoutouts on this channel to people who subscribe, hit the bell, and comment, "I subscribed." If you do that, I'll give you a shoutout in the next video. Now, as for the last video, I'm gonna give out a shoutout to Echoes. Thank you for the subscribe. I really appreciate it. Now, back to the video. So the thing about Jack Doherty is that this is something that he does a lot, where he'll escalate a situation on purpose, because that's the way that you create drama and you create all these like tense situations. And that's something that gets him lots of views and clips, and he goes viral and stuff like that, and it brings interest to him and to his content, and that's how he makes money. That's how any streamer makes money. But the crazy ways in which Jack Doherty tries to go viral and all that is just absolutely insane. I mean, the amount of problems he causes for other people is crazy, and just being a nuisance in general, ruining people's days in general. And the worst part is he gets to do all this because he's essentially hiding behind this security guard of his. You saw in the video now, this big guy who's really powerful and strong, and he's tall. He's just hiding behind that guy. He himself, of course, he's not intimidating. I'm not saying he's like super weak, but he's not intimidating just on his own. But once he has this bodyguard, he starts to act like this really tough guy, because he knows that this guy, his bodyguard, is just gonna be there as backup no matter what. And it's just crazy when he'll provoke someone on purpose. He'll make a situation become really, really tense and heated, and he'll get aggressive, and he'll have this attitude. And then when the other person stands up for themselves, or when they get angry too, then the bodyguard gets to step in, and he's just like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm noticing that you're getting really angry, so I'm gonna have to tell you to calm down. And then if the person speaks out or something, the bodyguard can just hit him, which I don't even think is legal, by the way, because the bodyguard can only act in a way where he's defending the person who's hired him, right? So he can't go out and attack people. It's not like some kind of attack drone in human form, But still, you just saw how this bodyguard is confident in acting this way. He knows he's being recorded. He knows this is public. There's all these witnesses, and he just went ahead and did that. And the thing is, now he's ended up in this situation. Jack Doherty has ended up in this situation where the person that got hurt here, he's decided to sue him. And this is something that could potentially ruin Jack Doherty, because these lawsuits, man, I mean, the money that's involved here is just absolutely crazy. I mean, if you've kept up with any kind of influencer or celebrity lawsuits, how these can go into the millions. So, even though Jack Doherty, he's a rich person, he's very young and he's very rich. But even then, I mean, once a lawsuit is bad enough, I mean, it can financially just destroy you. And the other person who got punched, of course, he's going to be trying his absolute best to make Jack Doherty pay as much, so it hurts him as much as possible as revenge. So, yeah, man, this is a crazy situation. This is potentially life-ruining for Jack Doherty. And it's just an example of how, if you keep messing around, if you keep provoking people and you keep getting into these crazy situations, at some point it's gonna turn around and bite you in the back. You're gonna face consequences for what you did. And that's exactly what's happening to Jack Doherty in this situation. All those times he was acting so aggressive and getting his bodyguard to act as the shield for him. This is the one situation where now he's actually having to face legal repercussions because of all that. And this could be something that just crashes his career. So, yeah, guys, that's what I thought about this situation. And now I want to hear what you think about it down in the comments below. So let me know what you think down there, and we can have a discussion. And with all that being said, this is Alexi, signing out.